Hello, everyone. My name is Dory Martin, and I work with Child Care Work Missouri. I'm excited to share Show Me Child Care resources with you today. I just wanted to start by sharing my contact information with you all. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give me a call or shoot me an email. As you can see, I added a couple pictures to jazz it up a bit. That's me and my family, so you can put a face to a name and my voice. My email is pretty straightforward. It's just my first name, Dory, D-O-R-I, at mo.childcareware.org. And then my phone number is 314-754-1611. All right, we'll go ahead and jump right in here. We're going to start from step 1. So the first thing I want to show you is the login page. Let me bring that up. All right. So whenever you want to log into your account, you're going to go to www.showmeresource.org. It's singular, just resource, not resources. So showmeresource.org. You'll enter your username, which will be your email address. And this is my user email, not my admin email, just to kind of give you guys a look at this login page. Mine looks a little different. So your email address is your username, and then you'll create a password. Whenever you're creating your password, make sure you're meeting all of the criteria. So you need at least 6 characters. One has to be uppercase, 1 lowercase. There has to be 1 number and 1 special character. And as you're creating this, it will give you those prompts, so don't feel like you need to memorize that. But just an FYI. So once you have this information and you'll log in, I'm going to hold on that for a second because I do want to point out these 2 areas over here. If you are ever having trouble logging in, you can't remember your password, you can always reset your password. So when you click reset password, it will bring you here. You'll put in your username or your email address. And then once you click reset your password, you'll receive an automated email with instructions to reset that password. Pretty simple. Let me go back. Now, this next piece is if you have any employees, any staff members, we highly encourage you to have them register for their own account, because with your access to Show Me Child Care resources, everyone in your program can have access. So any staff members that are wanting to sign up, they would come to www.showmeresource.org and click register. Now, when you click that, it will bring you to a page where you have to put in your information. So those employees would put in their name, their email address, and then your program information. So your program's phone number, your program name, address, what their role is in your program, what type of program it is, if it's a center-based program or a family child care program, and then how they heard about us. So this is a drop down. They can just say colleague, friend, or coworker. And then it asks for you to tell us more how you heard about us. You can just say as part of the ARCHS program or anything like that. But as long as they list your program in the organization name section, I'll know that they are a part of your program and they're able to have access, so I can just get them cleared through right away. All right. So back in the login page, I'm not going to log in here as a user. I'm actually just going to go into my account here that I have open already. So when you log in, this is the first screen you see. This is the home page. Now, I'm going to go through this home page, and then I'm going to bring you back to these 4 tabs here in a little bit. The first thing I want to point out is this search bar at the very top. Now, I say this is a helpful tool, and I always mention that if you're searching for something that you know is there, be kind of vague with your keywords. This site is a little bit sensitive and it doesn't always find something. If you know the specific name of something, it won't necessarily pop up immediately. So I always encourage people just use a couple vague keywords if you're looking for something, and then it will pop up with some different options and you can select what you're looking for. And if you have any questions about that, please just let me know. So moving down, I mentioned those 4 tabs, but we'll get back to those in a minute. this main header here, it does change every few weeks, and it just focuses on one specific topic in the site. So right now it's keeping things clean, sanitation, hygiene, that kind of thing. In the past, there have been other focuses, if it's something to do with family engagement, or for a little while there were coronavirus resources, and those still are present on the site. It's just not what's being highlighted at this time. So at this main header, you can click See Resources, and it will bring up some specific things that are related to sanitizing and cleaning in your program. Now, these reference sheets, I will mention those at the very bottom again, just in passing, but I'll go ahead and show you what those are now. The reference sheets are really helpful. They give you kind of a high-level overview of how to locate specific things in Show Me Childcare Resources. So in the 4 Centers reference sheet, it focuses on center-based program resources that would be helpful to you. And it breaks it down by tab, those 4 tabs across the top on the home page. So in the Engaging Families tab, some of the things you can find. In the Classroom tab, some of the things you can find, and so on. I'm gonna go ahead back, and I'm going to click the For Family Childcare Homes. This is a little bit different. So it does break it down by tab over here in these dark blue sections, but it does have a family childcare toolkit available in Show Me Childcare Resources specifically for family childcare programs. So it breaks that toolkit down further as well, so that you can locate any resources and materials you're looking for. All right, I'm gonna exit out of this so I don't get too many tabs across the top here. I'm gonna go back to the home page. And again, I just got to that point by clicking See Resources and clicking Reference Sheets. I'm gonna move on down. These featured tools and resources are quick links to different things in the site. You can access these through the 4 tabs across the top, just depending on what you're looking for. But these are just quick and easy ways to get to specific categories in this site. All right, a little further down, we've got the trending topics, which provides users with current information on popular matters and things that might be happening soon. You can see right here, they feature a webinar that's coming in just a couple weeks through Secure Education Consultants. So those things are there just to keep you updated on the most current information in the site and some things that might be trending in the childcare world. Over on the right is the Show Me Jobs board, and it's an awesome tool for any program that might be hiring, and I know a lot of people are trying to hire and having difficulty hiring staff, but this is a great tool for you all. So I'm gonna dive into this right now as we're here, just to show you how this all works. So I'm gonna click on Show Me Jobs. And I already have an account, but if I were wanting to register for an account, I would click Register. I would put in my information, the user, the person who would be posting these jobs, and then I would click Create My Account. Now, once I do that, that creates an account with a program called Acquire for Hire. So I'm gonna go back here and I'm gonna click Manage Account, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. All right, so when I clicked Manage Account, it brought me to Acquire for Hire, and it already has my information in, so I'm gonna log in. So this is the dashboard, but I'm actually going to go to My Hiring Portal to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so this lists all of the jobs that Child Care Aware Missouri has posted through Acquire for Hire. Now, if I want to create a new job listing, I'm going over here on the right to Create New. And then I've played around in this a little bit. I'm not the HR person. I'm not the person who does the hiring for Child Care Aware Missouri, so I don't have a whole lot in here, but I have created a couple templates in here. Now, if I click one of these templates, it already has the information that I've put in ready to go. It's already populated. Now, with that being said, if I didn't want to use a template, that I've already created, I can create a new template based on a job that has already been filled out through Acquire for Hire. So what I mean by that is, let's say I'm looking for an accountant. And so with this doesn't have to be childcare related. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. So let's say I'm looking for an accountant. When I select that, it automatically populates with some common things that would be expected from an accountant candidate. Now, obviously, you can edit this however you want for your needs. So I'll go back up and I will do childcare, and I'm going to do an aid. Assistant maybe. Here, we'll do this. There we go. All right, so when I do a teacher's assistant or aide, it automatically populates with that information. I'm gonna go ahead down. You can add in some nice to haves if there are any benefits associated with the position. If you want to list the salary, what requirements are needed. And then once you've done that, you can save it as a template. So I'll go ahead and save it. I'm gonna go to create new again. I'm gonna select this drop down. Oh, didn't save. I apologize. We're just gonna click on a different one. I'm not going to post a job today. So whenever I'm ready to post a job, I can click post job. And once I post it out, it does come up on the Show Me Jobs board on Show Me Childcare Resources. So it lives there, but it is also automatically distributed to 9 different job boards on the internet. So that includes Indeed, Google, Oodle, CareerJet, Job Rapido. I know there's a total of 9. So that's an awesome tool to save you money and time as you're trying to hire, and it's kind of not the easiest process at this point. So the next piece of this, when I go to incoming, it can show me everyone who has applied to a job that I'm posting, and it will tell you which job they've applied to. You can view their resume. If they've uploaded a cover letter, you can view that. You can make notes about a candidate. You can remove a candidate, or you can move them to a specific candidate section. And right now I don't have anyone in my candidate section because I haven't gone through and moved anybody in, as I'm not the hiring person in our organization. But you can move them into candidates just to have it a bit organized and have that focused group of candidates there. So that's kind of the high level of Show Me Jobs. And if you have any more questions about that, please let me know. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to the home page here. So back on the home page, moving down a little bit, the limited time savings section, which features discounts that are, you guessed it, only available for a limited amount of time. So right now there's a savings through Food and Supply Source that's available on the site. A Discount School Supply is running a special offer where if you order between now and Halloween, your name gets entered to win an $150 gift card. So that's there. Now there are always savings available to Discount School Supply and to Food and Supply Source, but these are just special savings that are available and will eventually end. Over here in the video corner, these are just kind of general videos that are for the shared services site, which is what Show Me Childcare Resources is considered, and how to get the most benefit from utilizing the site, utilizing the resources and the savings that are available in Show Me Childcare Resources. Now, I said these are kind of general videos. So when I click on Video Corner, it brings you here and you can see those general videos again. But if you click on the Show Me Childcare Resources Media Library over here on the left, it will bring you to specific recordings of webinars that I've done in the past on particular resources and materials that are in this site. So you can view those at any time to get a better idea of just some smaller pieces. I know I'm giving you a very broad overview of the site, so this will be a good place for you to go to kind of learn some more about specific smaller pieces of the site. So I'm going to go back to the home page here. Scrolling down, talked about the video corner. Now down here at the bottom, this is the testimonial section. We're always looking to hear back from users, what successes they've had, if they have any ideas for how to make the site better or things they would like to see added to the site. We are able to add resources. So any ideas that you can give us, we really appreciate, just because you're in it and you're in the trenches and we want to know how we can help you. Down here in this blue ribbon, kind of like the featured tools and resources at the very top, this is a section of more quick links to specific resources in the site. And then over here on the right, we had talked about those reference sheets up at the top as well. All right, so that is the home page. This would be a good time for you to take a break, go to the bathroom, get a drink, do anything you need to do just real quick to break it up a little. And we're gonna get started on these 4 tabs up here. So we'll go ahead and click Engaging Families first. Whenever I click that, it brings me to a further breakdown of this topic. So you can see as I'm scrolling down, there's an admin tools section, child development, education, and so on. So I'm gonna go ahead and click the admin tools section and show you, once I click on that, there are even more options for you to select. So you can see over here on the left, and I'm not going to click each one of these. That would take a very long time, and I don't want to take up that much of your time. But these are really valuable resources that you can use in your program anytime, whether it's updating your community bulletin board, creating a more welcoming environment for different families, enrollment processes. There's an enrollment sheet template, a getting to know you questionnaire for families to fill out as children are entering your program. If you're wanting to host an event, and I know at this point, no one's really hosting events, but there are just pre-made like events in a bag almost. There's a PowerPoint that you can show at the event, volunteer sheets that you can utilize for families to sign up if you're needing volunteers, activities to do with the families and things that they can create and take home, and handouts, stuff like that, which is awesome. There's a family handbook. I will go ahead and click on this just to kind of show you what I'm talking about. So there are completed handbooks that you can use. I'm going to go ahead and click on the center-based English option. And this will bring up a Word document with a completed handbook. It does require some customization for your program. So you can see on this second page here, it gives you those instructions and those things to kind of highlight as you're going through to know when to insert different things into the handbook for your program specifically. So scrolling down just a little bit. So this is cover page, welcome to families, table of contents, and it goes on. So you can see where there's like red and highlighted words. Those are places where you would need to insert things for your program, but it really beats starting from a blank page, I'll tell you that. So I'm gonna get out of this. I'm gonna go back to Show Me Childcare Resources. So we just talked about the family handbooks, the completed versions. There are individual policies that you can pull out the same way, just as a Microsoft Word document, and you can edit those however you want. If you're wanting to maybe just address a specific policy for your program with families and email it out or send it home, just so they're aware of any updates you want to make. And then there's also just the forms of, you've read this, you understand that this is a policy and this is happening in our program. So those documents are also down here. All right, if you're wanting to conduct a family survey to get feedback, those are there. Family teacher conference information based on ages, things to consider and discuss at those meetings. And as you can see further down, just more information, newsletter templates by season. If you're wanting to do a 1-page newsletter versus a 2-page newsletter, just updates in your program. Technology resources. These are things that help with communication with families. So if you're using an app to communicate daily with families about what their child is doing, trainings that are available. And I do want to just kind of spotlight this. A lot of the trainings that are available in Show Me Childcare resources are just quick videos that aren't necessarily for clock hour. So whenever you're seeking something for clock hour, I always encourage you to go to the Missouri Workshop Calendar, which you can access through here. You can access it outside of here as well. And then if there's something that's not in the Missouri Workshop Calendar that you're interested in, just making sure that that is cleared for clock hour credit. All right, so that is the admin tools section in engaging families. We're gonna go back to engaging families. And I am just going to click on one more of these sections, and I'm gonna click on the social and emotional section. Now these are different pieces of social and emotional development that children experience. And for the most part, you'll find that they are like tip sheets. So I'm going to go ahead, click this. And so it kind of just gives you information on what a child is going through, what they're experiencing, and how you can best support them. And so these are really valuable in sharing with families, but they're also valuable in the classroom for teachers as well. And the same thing can be done with emotions, you'll see. So these kind of follow that same idea of what a child is experiencing and how we can best support their growth and development. Get out of there. All right, so back on the engaging family section. So I'm not going to click on any more of these particular breakdowns, but just knowing that these are there, and like the admin tool section and the social and emotional section, these other pieces have that same breakdown with even more resources available to you. So don't hesitate to go in and just kind of explore and see what you can find. And if there's something specific that you know you're needing, please let me know. I can help you locate those resources in the site without you having to do too much digging. I'm going to go over to the In the Classroom tab. And like the Engaging Families tab, it has that same kind of breakdown. As I scroll, you'll see assessment, curriculum, ERS materials, executive function, things for family collaboration and literacy, and so on. So I'm going to click curriculum. You can see again on the left the breakdown. I'm going to click theme-based lesson plans. This is one of my favorite things in this site. I was a pre-K teacher before I joined Child Care Aware Missouri, and I wish I would have had this. I wish I would have had this website just to turn to for resources and information, and just if I needed that extra activity or just fun idea, this is really helpful. So it is theme-based, and a lot of these are focusing on like preschool, pre-K type ages, but they can be adapted. So I'm gonna click the All About Me C lesson plan. So these come from PNC, and generally they focus on like science or arts. There are a few math concepts mixed in, but for the most part, you'll find a lot of science and art. So we'll click on fingerprints. You can view the lesson, and it will tell you what materials you need, how to set up the lesson and activity, how to ask questions to guide understanding and get the children engaged. And then there's also like vocabulary words to discuss and things that you can use to communicate with families what you've done in the classroom, book lists that correlate to that lesson plan. So really awesome to have this here. And as I kind of showed you, there are multiple lesson plans associated with the All About Me theme. And the same can be said for the other themes, animal friends, community helpers. You can see that breakdown there. All right, going back. And I know I dropped all the way down to theme-based lesson plans, and you can see over here, the other pieces that are available. There are lesson plan templates for different age groups, and those would just come up as a Word document. And you can easily manipulate these however you need for your program or for your classroom if you're a teacher. All right, so we're going to go back to the In the Classroom tab. And I will click on Teacher Resources. So there are alphabet cards that you can access. There are just plain alphabet cards with pictures, Spanish alphabet cards. I'll go ahead and click on one of those just to give you an idea. So these are just the plain letter alphabet cards. Excuse me. There's the picture with the letter. And then the Spanish translation with the picture. All right, there are classroom labels that you can print out to just be more environmentally friendly with your children as they're learning different words so that they can see light or door or cot or table, chair, that kind of thing. There are classroom tips for different pieces of navigating your day. So routines and schedules, transitions, how to encourage children to interact with each other. You can see that list there. Helping them identify their emotions and express their needs using their words or sign language. There are daily report templates and samples. So if you're sending something home to families saying, little Johnny ate a good breakfast, he didn't really nap today, or in the infant room, Susie had a bottle at 8 a.m., a bottle at 11 a.m., and so on. She had a bowel movement at 2 p.m., all that fun stuff. You know how it goes. There are also daily schedule templates, which are really nice. There are samples just to give you an idea of what a schedule would look like. And then the templates that you can just plug in what you do during the day throughout the day. And like the others, it comes up as a Word document. And you can change those hours to fit your hours, put in your program name, all that fun stuff. The event templates goes along with what I had mentioned in the Engaging Family section of setting up an event for your program. But if you're wanting to do a special event when everything settles eventually, then those event templates are there as well. Field trip forms, child development resources, and then tips and tools for establishing routines in the classroom. We'll go back to the In the Classroom tab. And again, I'm not going to choose every single piece of this, but those are here for you, for teachers and for administrators, especially in the family child care realm, so that you can access those as both a teacher and an owner. So we're going to go ahead over to the Saving Money tab. Now this tab is a little different than the first two that we've looked at. So it has that same breakdown. It looks very similar, but I always tell users to go to the All Savings Programs section right here. So I'm going to click that. And instead of clicking Getting Started, I want you to click My Savings Portal. And when you click that, you're able to see all of the vendors that offer a discount through this website. So when you are in Show Me Childcare Resources and you access these savings, when you are going to order from Discount School Supply, say, you can click this arrow and it tells you the promo code that you need to enter when you order from Discount School Supply. Now, I had mentioned on the homepage with the limited time savings right now, if you order, you're able to put your name in the running for an $150 gift card, and that drawing happens every week. But if you ordered next week, your name would be in to be drawn on next Saturday and the Saturday after, all the way through until Halloween. So you don't have to order each week to be in the running each week, just to have that information. Now, also, they are having a limited time offer where you're getting 20% off, but it's free shipping on $33 or more, not $99 or more, but that is also a limited time. This isn't all the time savings, but there are some limited time things going on right now with Discount School Supply. So I mentioned that this gives you a promo code for Discount School Supply. I'm going to show you two other ways that you can get savings depending on the vendor and the choice that they've made as far as how they want you to access their savings. So I'm going to go back here. So I just clicked Discount School Supply. I'm now going to click on Kaplan. So in Kaplan, you access just the link that they have created that already has the savings applied. So there's no promo code or anything like that. It is just right here. And this is how you access those savings. And then you can see these other instructions if you're wanting to order a different way. That is also there. All right. So we've got the promo code, we've got the special link, and then the last option, I'm going to click Staples. The last option is accessing the savings through a savings coordinator. So some vendors prefer that you have like an intermediary. So this intermediary that is used for Show Me Child Care Resources, her name is Andrea Biamonte. And what happens is you put your information in here, and then she reaches out to you within 24 hours. And she just says, okay, I've got your information. I see you're interested in Staples or whatever the vendor is that you're interested in. So let's get started. And she'll kind of get that ball rolling for you. So again, if you have any questions on that, just let me know. But those are the three ways that any of these vendors could be accessed. So I don't know how each of them is. I couldn't go through and say, well, payroll gives you a promo code and this one gives you a link and this one does that. Those are just the three ways that they could potentially provide the savings. So let me get out of that. All right. So over here also in the All Savings Program section, I want to mention the teacher discounts. So in Show Me Child Care Resources, you do have the ability to print out a teacher ID card, because you would not believe the savings that teachers can get if someone or a vendor or company knows that you're a teacher. So you can print that out as an administrator, sign it, put your program information on it, make sure that the name of any teacher that might be utilizing that card is on it, and then they can have that card and present it as a teacher identification card, excuse me. And then also the employee perks through My VIP is like a cash back or percentage back program. So you can create your own account and you can receive cash back on a ton of different retailers. So I know Target, Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, countless restaurants. There's like travel agencies or traveling type companies that offer cash back as well. So definitely have your employees and yourself get involved in that to get some extra kickback there. All right. I'm going to go back to the saving money section. So we had talked about how you want to focus on this all savings program section. There is a calculate your savings piece, and I will admit I'm not really familiar with it because I don't have a budget for a childcare program. And so this may be valuable to you if you're wanting to kind of look at your budget, review what you've been spending, and see maybe where you can save some, or if you've been leaving money on the table. All right, so these other places, the limited time savings, that just touches on what is already highlighted on the homepage. And then local vendors, we have one, it's Becker School Supply, and they offer a 10% discount. Okay, so that is the Saving Money tab. We're gonna head on over to the Successful Program Management tab. Now, this is probably the most expansive piece of Show Me Child Care Resources when it comes to those 4 tabs. So as I scroll down, you'll see it's not just a few lines, it's a lot of lines of different breakdown sections. Oh, I do want to point out, the Family Child Care Toolkit is within this tab. So Successful Program Management, Family Child Care Toolkit right here for those family child care programs that are wanting to utilize that. In this section, you can see the different headings that are available. There's the Starting Your Child Care Business for startup programs, marketing your child care program. So there are tips for getting your name out there, whether it be with brochures or pamphlets or utilizing social media, anything like that. There are forms, policies, and templates. And this list is so long that it gives you jump to options. So you can jump to forms, jump to policies or templates, and then even more specific jumps to different topics within those jump fields. So you can see those here. Just readily accessible, so you're not digging through any of the site. It's just all readily available to you. All right. We'll go back here. I'm sorry, something in my kitchen just turned on, so hopefully it's not too loud for you. I'm going to click Becoming an HR Expert. This gives you some just human resource basic information for your program. So human resource information in Missouri, the Show Me Jobs board that I mentioned on the homepage. I will touch on compensation and benefits. So I'm not sure what your program looks like as far as the benefits you provide to your staff. I talked about the employee My VIP perks and the teacher discounts, but this also has a staff wellness piece, which can give them access to dental and vision benefits, and also a program called Docs by Phone, which is access via video phone to doctors on demand. And this is for non-emergency, non-specialist related care. So you can see kind of the list of things that they can cover. And it also covers pediatric care, because with this program, it covers a staff member, but it also covers any of their dependents. And you can see there is an additional fee associated with this. So if you were to enroll and offer this to all of your staff members, it would be $8 per month per employee. However, if you're not wanting to offer it to all your employees, but your program obviously has access to Show Me Child Care Resources, which means all your staff members do as well, they can enroll themselves, and it would be $10 per month per employee and all of their dependents. Now, any deeper information and questions you have about this, I clicked on Vision Benefits to give you the contact information of Brandon DeCesar, because he is the go-to guy when it comes to any one of these benefits, the dental, Docs by Phone, or vision benefits. He is the one that you're going to want to contact to get information, to start that enrollment process and get just all your questions answered. So that is an awesome piece, especially for any programs that aren't offering benefits, or maybe employees that don't have any benefits. So I'm going to go back to Becoming an HR Expert. Like the family handbook, the employee handbook is pretty much the same thing. You've got the completed handbooks as well as the individual policies that you can pull out, edit it however you need to, insert your program information, and it is there and not a blank page. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. There are tips, advice, information for discipline and termination. If you're setting goals with your employees, how to set those goals and kind of carry those forward so that you're actually meeting those goals through professional development and training. There's an employee orientation toolkit, which kind of walks you through the hiring process. So you have a new hire, Within the first 7 days, these documents need to be submitted. Within the first 30 days, this needs to be completed. And then the first 90 days, this many professional development hours need to be accomplished, and so on. There are interview guides. The job ads and descriptions are helpful. Remember, in Show Me Jobs, they also had those pre-populated automatic additions that were available for different positions, but those are there as well for different positions you may be hiring for in your program. More templates here, and it takes you to the forms, policies, and templates section that I had mentioned. We'll go backward. The organization chart just gives you that flow down of who's in charge. If that person's not here, this person's in charge, and so on and so forth. Information for payroll, and then if you're completing a performance appraisal, some tips and suggestions for that. All right, back to successful program management. All right, so I'm not going to click any further. I'm just going to kind of shout out some things. There are coronavirus resources both within successful program management and in that in the classroom tab that I had showed you just a few minutes ago. There are posters that you can print out for your program, whether it's a peanut-free zone or no cell phones, a pick up and drop off, hand washing posters, all kinds of things. And I talked about the training in PD. Some of it is for clock hours, some of it isn't for clock hours. So anything that you are interested in completing, if you're expecting clock hours, make sure that that is a guarantee. All right, so that kind of wraps up the Successful Program Management tab. Follow us. The fastest and easiest way, if you are on social media, to get updates about what's happening in Show Me Childcare Resources, or just kind of becoming aware of things that are in the site, is to follow us on Facebook. So when you click that little icon, that brings you to Childcare Aware Missouri, but you're going to want to go to Show Me Childcare Resources, and you'll be able to see the resources and materials that are being shared so that you can access them whenever you want. All right, that wraps me up. Thank you so much for viewing this. And if you have any questions, again, I'm gonna pop up my contact information. Don't hesitate to reach out. I am here for you, and I'm so excited for you to have access. Thank you guys. Have a great day.